Go! 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 Some of you will not survive the farm. Some will be asked to leave, some will quit. But those of you who do graduate will be sent to work out of Langley or embassies around the world as official cover operatives. That is, spies with diplomatic immunity.
Many of our young officers are given actually amazing amounts of responsibility, because it's actually the youngest officers in the clandestine service that very often have the biggest and most important cases, because they are the ones who haven't yet been sort of tainted with the involvement in espionage.
Don't look now. By the bar. We're being followed.
You serious?
Sometimes these guys just like to loiter around, see if they can gain intel on the farm.
The longer you are an ops officer, the more you travel around the world, the more likely it is that foreign intelligence services and foreign security services have begun to sort of make book on you. And there's a, sort of an international record about you being a suspected or absolutely confirmed CIA officer.
You can't trust your best friends, your five senses, only the little voice inside you. Most civilians don't even hear. Trust yourself.
They have to have a skill that cannot be learned, and that is an intelligence, an intuitiveness to be able to discern what's real and what's not real.
Op completed. My op was to stop you from completing yours.
The complexities arise when you're not sure if the people that you're dealing with are in fact who they say they are, and whether they're using you or you're using them.
One or two of the things that wind up being the most difficult for the career trainees to deal with is quite literally the business of manipulating and exploiting people.
What do you think the principal job of a CIA overseas ops officer is?
Developing an asset.
An asset, a person to use, someone you will identify, meet, and turn against their own people.
You have to stay totally on this side of the legal Dudley do-right line, and then at the same time, you have to be able to step across and lie and steal for the U.S. government. You're lying about who you are, and you're procuring, acquiring, stealing secrets. That's the conundrum of the personality type, and that's why we look for certain kinds of people who can handle that dichotomy.
The true sociopath cannot distinguish between his lie and the truth. His lie is the truth. That's good. Learn that. Use that.
It's a strange and conflicting mix, and how you deal with it and the balance you achieve is a statement of the degree to which you're going to be successful as an ops officer or not.
Your assets are going to want you to lie to make it easier for them to betray their countries, their friends, their families, their lovers. Your lies will enable them to surrender whatever it is that's most precious.
Career trainees who are selected now for the clandestine service get a very healthy dose of the general nature of the work and the rigors and hardships of the lifestyle. I mean, packing up, moving, periods of separation from your family, long hours, dealing sometimes with very unsavory people, and very often literally being in harm's way.
A non-official cover operative is the truest practitioner of espionage, always out there, always alone, unprotected.
One of the most important criteria, literally, is someone's ability to work without recognition.
Our failures are known. Our successes are not. It's a company motto.
It's the most thankless job of any law enforcement agency, because only in their failures do you ever find out what happened.
You save the world, they send you to some dusty basement at Langley, give you a little lemonade and cookies, and show you your medal. You don't even get to take it home.
We don't realize, and we've never seen in movies, the risks that these people take to gather the intelligence, to help our government figure out What do we have to do? Is this a real threat or is it not? I can tell you right now that there have been many averted terrorist acts that we'll never know about.
We are all here in this room because we believe. We believe in good and evil, and we choose good. We believe in right and wrong, and we choose right.
We live in a world of complication that's geometrically more complicated than it was 5 years ago. There isn't a big bad villain anymore. There are millions of little snakes in the ground. And that's why human intelligence is that much more important.
Our cause is just. Our enemies, everywhere. They're all around us. Some scary stuff out there.
Who could have imagined that jet planes would fly into buildings? I think now anything can happen. And it argues that this agency and the men and women who make it up are more crucial than ever.
It's an incredibly complicated job that's becoming more difficult all the time. But no matter how great the digital world becomes and how many computers you have and how many spy satellites, it all comes down to people.
James, I have recruited and trained and served with the best our country has to offer for over a quarter of a century. I am a scary judge of talent. It's my gift. I am recruiting you.
When you look at all of the negative things on the sheet, the balance sheet, you have to say, well, why would anybody want to do this? And I'm not sure I could ever explain it to you. All I can tell you is that the grandeur, the glory, the sense of purpose, the sense of accomplishment, and the incredible sense of privilege and pride that comes from being in the CIA so outweighs anything else.